and up front for Sir Timau to Castleway on the left. Still tracked there by Circle of Fire. Salt Bay in the centre, only a length off the lead. In turn, followed by Like a Tiger, then Relentless Voyager in a yellow jacket, and Doyle sits quietly on the extreme right aboard Victory Dance, within 3 lengths of the lead as they move down now towards the final 3 furlongs. Castleway towards the far side, right alongside for Sir Timau. Salt Bay, Circle of Fire next. Like a Tiger in the middle, a striped cap is being asked for his effort. Second from the left, Relentless Voyager bustled up by Murphy. And here on the extreme right, Victory Dance is now beginning to close. Running downhill inside the last couple of furlongs. Castleway, white cap, the first to strike on for home, but here's his stablemate down the near side. Victory Dance throwing down the challenge. Circle of Fire on the far side, climbing inside the furlong. Castleway with first rod on the field, chased by Victory Dance, Circle of Fire and Relentless Voyager. Castleway under the Buick drive, doing best. Castleway wins the Newmarket Stakes. Ready? They're off. The Bet 3-6 mile Group 2 ahead of them. Native Trail in the all blue came out fairly sharply, but now gets a lead from Mutasabek in the Shadwell Silks of blue and white. He runs a little bit of a solo early on down the middle, with Imperial Fighter racing near side of centre, Scarlet Jacket. They're well spaced out in behind. Native Trail moving up to track Mutasabek, in turn followed by Light Infantry in the blue and green, who's fairly free under restraint. Check and Challenge in a pink jacket is last of all. They've gone through the first 2.5 furlongs. Imperial Fighter running a solo on the right, and it's single file stuff on the left. Mutasabek slipstream by Native Trail, a couple of lengths away to Light Infantry, and a further length and a half to Check and Challenge. They've gone through halfway in the Bet 3-6-5 mile. Mutasabek leading the main cluster, still Imperial Fighter and Oisin Murphy doing their own thing towards the near side, heading down past the 3. Buick sitting quietly in behind aboard Native Trail, the all blue, and followed through by Late Infantry, now being asked for more. Spencer in the drive position. Check and Challenge pink jacket is shaken up, and Mutasabek is stretching on as they pass the bushes. Running downhill to the 2. Mutasabek has opened up by 3 lengths here. Native Trail is having to work hard to try and close with Light Infantry, Check and Challenge. Imperial Fighter drops off them, and it's Mutasabek inside the furlong, still with a commanding advantage over Native Trail, Light Infantry and Check and Challenge, and Mutasabek will defy his penalty and defy it in breathtaking fashion to win the Bet 3-6-5 mile. They're off for the King Charles II Stakes over 7 furlongs. Iconic moment in the dark blue. Just lingered briefly leaving the stalls, but has quickly recovered and now races quite keenly towards midfield, with the early pace set by Arabian Storm towards the far side. In a purple jacket, Ben Aker in the black and white is racing handily and covered up just behind the Wiltshire in the predominantly white silks. Then back to Iconic Moment. Majestic Pride in the royal blue races about 3 lengths off the pace towards midfield with Crystallium. The grey Should Have Been a Ring, and Tenjin pulling hard at the back of the field. They're already moving down towards halfway. And up ahead, it's Arabian Storm and Oisin Murphy, purple silks, giving a lead to Ben Aker and James Doyle in the black and white, and then Wiltshire under jockey change, Kevin Stark, far side in a white jacket. Majestic Pride towards the near side, being asked now by Buick to close as Moore begins to nudge away on Iconic Moment. Crystallium in the purple and blue is under pressure. Tenjin is still towards the rear. Should Have Been a Ring, the grey, has switched towards the far side. Inside the 2, running downhill. Majestic Pride on the right, moving through with Ben Aker to Arabian Storm. Wiltshire in a white jacket holds every chance, then Should Have Been a Ring. Inside the furlong they come. Arabian Storm. Majestic Pride continuing to press hard on the near side. Should Have Been a Ring on the far side, finishing off strongly. Ben Aker threading the eye of the needle. Should Have Been a Ring, inching home to win the King Charles II Stakes. They're off. The Nye Timber handicap over 7 furlongs, 1,400 metres. They didn't come away from the stalls in any great haste. The gatekeeper in the light blue, the first to ultimately break the line, to base player in a red and white jacket, the nose banded grey Lord Rapscallion racing handily towards the far side. Persuasion down the near side in the pink cap, quite keen, a couple of lengths off the lead, racing upsides. Accidental Agent, who's got the orange cap. Star of Orion in a green and yellow jacket settling midfield. Darkness in the shades of blue is last but one, and Final Watch, yellow jacket for Holly Doyle, just last of a fairly well-grouped field as they meander their way down towards halfway, taken there narrowly by the gatekeeper to the grey Lord Rapscallion base player in the red and white. Accidental Agent is only 2 lengths off the pace. then Persuasion to Star of Iran in the green and yellow. Working further back in the field then to Darkness. Still Final Watch racing at the tail of the field as the gallop now just begins to unwind a little as they move past the bushes on towards the last quarter of a mile. Still the Gatekeeper in the centre, light blue, base player on the right, Persuasion, pink cap trying to thread through. Star of Iran in the green and yellow on the far side. Then Lord Rapscallion. Inside the furlong they come. The Gatekeeper trying to keep them all at bay. Persuasion and Star of Iran pressing on either side. The Gatekeeper, though, fighting them all off, will fend them all off and make most. The Gatekeeper beginning to lift just a fraction, you fancy. Hurricane Lane is yet to be asked any serious questions, leaving the half mile behind him. Spencer just crouching a little lower now on West Wind Blows, asking him to get competitive, and he begins to move up as fairly stylishly Hurricane Lane has come sweeping through to take over. Down to the bushes, 2.5 to go, and Hurricane Lane has gone breezing on by his rivals. Global Storm ridden along. West Wind Blows now asks for maximum effort on the right. Then Jewel in My Crown. Outboxers weakened away, and it's Hurricane Lane 4-5 lengths ahead, running downhill with a furlong and a half to go in the Jockey Club Stakes. Hurricane Lane and Will Buick 6 lengths clear. Global Storm fighting it out surely for a place only with West Wind Blows, and Hurricane Lane storming clear has simply blown his rivals away to win the Jockey Club Stakes emphatically. They're off, breaking out over 5 furlongs. Grave Phoenix Duchess a little slow in getting away. Fly Past in a white jacket began brightly towards the near side, tracked by Soprano in the light blue. Midnight Affair, Indispensable, the red, white and blue, and dropping in at the tail of the field after that sluggish start, Phoenix Duchess. Meanwhile, towards the far side, Sai Kingman in the blue and white is right on terms with the leaders. Miss Woo Woo, white jacket with a purple cap, chases them, and so too second from the left, a star on the cap, that's Oisin Murphy aboard Miss Mac. Well, they've gone through halfway, passing the bushes. Soprano on the right joining Fly Past. Miss Woo Woo running a big race down the centre. Far side, Sai Kingman. In behind, Midnight Affair. Grey jacket travels but has got absolutely nowhere to go. Had to be checked right back off heels as Soprano moved through inside the furlong, taking the advantage. Indispensable running on strongly. Midnight Affair on the far side finds daylight, but it's surely too late. Soprano in control and hits all the winning notes. Soprano. Sahara Mist in the raw blue tracks them, and then Rouen towards the right, followed there by Reina. Nakano on the extreme right. Strong Impact towards the far side in the maroon and white, only a couple of lengths off the lead and racing just in advance of Who Loves You Baby. Fairly well grouped, and they drift closer now to the far rail, moving on down towards the last 3.5 furlongs, and the pace is beginning to lift. Therapist Buick is having to work away on Sahara Mist on the extreme left, more just nudging Infinite Cosmos gently into the bridle as they pass the bushes and begin the downhill run. Strong Impact second from the left is picking up, and from the rear Nakano on the extreme right keeps on, but Infinite Cosmos has now struck the front as they race down into the dip. Therapist sticking to the task in second. Strong Impact is back in third, and then Nakano more simply nudging away on Infinite Cosmos has moved over 2 lengths clear from Therapist and Strong Impact, and this Oaks entry, Infinite Cosmos drawing clear for a ready success, and she could be very useful with Tahitian Prince in the yellow cap and Power of Darkness in the red and white. So little more than 3 or 4 lengths would cover the field as they head down towards the last 3.5 furlongs. Azano in the red and green. To the white face, Hafid all and down the centre. Arthur's Realm on the right being ridden along, so too Warning Sign in the raw blue. Extreme right, Tahitian Prince. Far side, Outbreak in a raw blue and green jacket. He's getting there quite stylishly as well as they head down past the 2. Azano now being challenged by Outbreak. Then Hafid all and Tahitian Prince. Arthur's Realm at the 1 pace. Outbreak has moved through as they race down out of the dip, drifting across to the far rail. Azano is sticking to the task. Then Hafid All and the Great Cabinet of Clowns is plugging on. 100 yards to cover. Outbreak nudged out by Andrea Azzani to make sure. Firmly in command. Outbreak beats Azano.